I'm turning 40 this year, and it took me more than 25 years to figure out what I'm about to tell you. The way I live my life, the characteristics, the values, the morals, the ethics that I engage with myself, with my family, with everyone in the world, and how I do business, how I connect with other people. It's a difficult life that we live in, a difficult world. And most people think 40 years old is young, but it's not. It's middle age. The average life expectancy right now is 76 years old. That means at 38, you're halfway to death. Now, people could describe a 40-year-old as not having enough experience, and I've had those trolls say that to me. But I lived a life. I left home at 16 years old. I've been arrested. I got my bachelor's degree. I've been in the streets drinking, partying, doing drugs, hanging out with lots of different people that I shouldn't have been. Cleaned up my life, became a manager at a large institution that's world renowned, only to find myself leaving that career and build businesses. When it comes to this life, everything you've gone through is there to teach you a lesson. Now, what I've learned, the first one is you got to let go. You have to let go to grab hold of what's coming next. The reason being is if you're going around, walking around with all this baggage, you will be dragging with you from situation to situation and you can't move forward. Letting go is the power of everyone that is happy, joyful, and successful. You can't make new decisions based on old experiences fully. I say that with the word of caution as a caveat, because you do need your wisdom to have discernment and make proper decisions. But sometimes new decisions is not the exact same template of what occurred in the past. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. Letting go actually gives a person, it gives myself peace of mind, which is more important to me as I grow older. I don't want to feel stressed. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. And I don't want to be frustrated all the time and angry because I'm not getting the results I wanted or because I didn't achieve. So letting go is important because it gives you presence of mind. When you let go of your past frustrations, you let go of the baggage. When you let go of your worries, you're not worried about the future. You're in the present, you're focused, and all you can do is execute on what you want to do and take action immediately. And so letting go is something that is a gift. It makes it easier to deal with life, the stresses, the frustrations, and you can feel them temporarily, move forward, and decide to take an alternative route. Now, the second thing that I learned was to set boundaries. There's a lot of takers in this world. There's a lot of sharks. And sometimes you might not have the discernment to be able to see these sharks because you're so focused on what you're doing. Set boundaries with these takers in life because they usually end up being the manipulators, the narcissists, the people that like to use people. So when you set boundaries, you actually teach people how to treat yourself. For me, I'm very outspoken. If someone disrespects me, I'm going to call it out. I've done it time and time again. It's got me in the hot water. It's got me in trouble. It's got me fired from jobs. But at least I stand my ground because I'm rooted in who I am, who I believe I am. My confidence is instilled with me regardless of whatever situation is happening externally. I set boundaries because that's my form of comfort. I don't like to be trampled on. I've had that before. No one likes to be felt like that, to be stepped on and used and abused. So for me, setting boundaries is a great way to get people who want to try to take advantage to know to stay cautious around you or to get away from you. It's also a way to set limitations on yourself so you don't go overboard. For me, I like to drink when I was younger. I binge drink. Me and my friends used to drink cognac, bottles and bottles, every night for multiple years. It got to the point where it's essentially each person was drinking one bottle by themselves a night. And that's not a great way to live. You end up being not focused, unhealthy, hungover, tired, depressed, and then unproductive with what you got to do the next day. So I set boundaries on myself so I could stay focused on what my purpose is or my future goals, so I could continue to take action and achieve. It helps me out in the long run. Now, the third thing that I learned as I grew up is that things will be okay. No matter what happens, it works out for the best. What I thought was a failure was an opportunity to grow, learn, become a better version of myself. There's one time where I had to take a step down from a position. And I thought it was the end of the world, but it wasn't. It gave me the opportunity to take a regular staff position and gave me free time. That free time allowed me to learn to build businesses, to network, communicate with people, connect with people all over the country. And that put me in a position to actually grow my business really well, really fast, really quickly. And it's exciting now because I'm a full-time investor and businessman now. I'm no longer in healthcare and I get to choose what I want to do. But it also gives me the ability to choose who I work with. How many times have we worked in a job where you had to deal with a frustrating manager or a frustrating coworker? At least now I could choose who I work with. And if I get a sense that they're trying to play games or challenge or be controlling or manipulate, I just cut them off. It works out for the best every which way. And then I go on to a deal with someone else. But the best thing that I've learned is the value of family. As you grow older, your friend circle actually gets smaller. And it gets smaller through the years as people pass away. It sucks to lose people, but as you get older, you realize the people that are still around you are the people that are for you. They're all about you. When you're able to just have that family around you or those close friends, you feel a sense of community. For me, I'm lucky to have the same friends for the past 25 years. I'm lucky to have both of my parents alive. One of my brothers is alive. The other one passed away in 2019. And I think it's important that people know that the people that you have around you are the most important thing in life. You can't take a U-Haul full of cash and all these material objects with you to the grave. They can't bury the U-Hauls. And the one thing that is guaranteed is when you pass away, the people that cared and loved about you will miss you. Just like I miss my older brother who's gone. Now, if you don't have people around you, it's not to say that there is no one for you. You just got to put yourself out there and go network. Go meet other people, go do hobbies. You'll find someone that you can connect with. The sense of family community is very important as you get older because life is all about connections. And if you don't stay connected, you get lost in the translation. You get left behind. Now, the best way to build those connections is just to be yourself. As you get older, you stop caring about what other people think, what other people do, how other people judge. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for those issues. And I don't care because at the end of the day, there's two things that I realize being at my age. One, people don't care about you or think about you as much as what you think. They're only concerned about themselves. Now, the second thing that I realize, and the reason for that is because it's only natural for people to be selfish, think about themselves and their families. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to be selfish. You got to take care of yourself first before you take care of anyone else. You have to provide your solid foundation of comfortability and confidence so you could grow what you need to do and do what you need to do to take care of yourself and your own families. There's nothing wrong with that. So people don't think about you as much as I think they're thinking about me. They're all concerned about their own shit. Now, the second thing also on top of that is people don't pay their bills. There's no one paying my bills. So who's telling me what's right and wrong? If they're not putting money in my pocket, I don't really care what they're saying. And it happens a lot. People like to tell people what to do. People think they're bosses. And the truth is, people are not leaders. They can only lead others once they learn to lead themselves. And people can't lead themselves unless they learn to just shut up, observe, and learn to follow. If you're not a good follower, you'll never be a good leader. Because if you lead without understanding the perspective of followers, then most of the time that ends up in an abusive power struggle. Now, one of the things that is important is to get out of different perspectives. Understanding, empathy, compassion, those are very important qualities. As traumas occur, as life progresses, people get traumatized by certain events. I've been traumatized multiple times, from business partners snaking deals out of me, from family members, my brother passing away on Father's Day, losing jobs. Anytime there's a transition, there's a loss in something. And that loss always feels like it's a death. And it hurts. It's frustrating. It's not easy to deal with. And it takes some time to grieve and get back to center and get back on your feet and take action. So having that sense of compassion and empathy with other people and dealing with them actually gives gives myself the ability to respect them more as a human being, which allows me to connect with them more, which allows me to let go of the frustrations they may be causing me. Everything I talk about interrelates, because as you live life, you understand that life is holistic. It's not one directional. The ones that are always working, they have no great professional life sometimes. And it's not about having a work-life balance. And the next big one is that there is no such thing as work-life balance. It's all in priorities. What's the priority right now? If I'm in a position like right now, I'm making a transition into full-time business, I have to go 100% on the business. Family is second tier, right? But once that income is stabilized, I'm going to flip it. I have to focus a little bit more on the family and let time of absorption of that new process, that new income, stuff like that. So I could spend time with my family, but at least let the business turn into just at least turn the business into a sustainable process. One of the biggest things that and this is the most important one for me. Now, the most important value and lesson I've learned in my life is just go for it. Go all in, full confidence, don't hesitate. Life is short. People die. Dreams, time is infinite. Time is finite in this physical world. And if there's anything in your life you want to do, whether it's do a new career, start a new job, go out, travel, hang out with a certain person, spend time with that person, go do it. Don't wait. Don't say, I'll do it when I get here or when I'm able to do this. Go do it. Schedule it in your calendar and go. Time is of the essence. We only have one life. So it's important to go as quickly as possible in the direction we want to go. Now, these are a few of the qualities of life that I think are very important in a person to live a great holistic life that is free from stress, or minimizes stress, I should say, and maximizes contentment, joy, happiness. Now, there's other types of lessons, so check them out in my other videos. Now, for those that have stayed to this video to the end, if you could do me a favor and post the word 20 years. This is the amount of experience that I've had in adulthood to live a life and build a life that I want to. Now, for the people that have been in the video to the end, if you could post the word personal power, it lets me know that the message I bring you is a message of self-empowerment and confidence for people to build the life that they want. And if you agree with that, please post it. It lets me know that I should keep going and doing these videos. So with that, I'll talk to you later, and be easy.